Podcast. We're live.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, now I need to figure out what the link is, because I haven't gotten that far yet. My brain is not working.
It happens to us.
All the blood flowed out of it.
Yeah.
And straight out my vag. He's gonna
Jesus
cry.
Christ. There's like 15 comments in the chat already.
God, I know.
You guys are on top of things.
Josh says, and wait for Blythe to be surprised that we're here. Amanda was surprised that you were here this week. Thank you very much.
Yep. Not that you're here, just that
you're already chatting.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like
we're not even here yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful, and I love it. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's true.
But I'm going to be surprised and appreciative forever.
Indeed.
It's how I stay humble, so that the Iron Sheik won't try to make me humble. I don't need anyone breaking my back or fucking my ass.
Okay.
Amanda, have you not seen that video?
Apparently not.
Oh my God, what have we been doing for like 6 years?
I don't know.
We'll fix this off the air.
Okay.
Or better yet, Josh, friend, go find the Iron Sheik, break your back.
I'll break your back, then fuck your ass.
Or Rissy can just do it for us.
Brian Blair, I'll put you in the camel clutch and make you humble.
Rissy,
old country way.
I don't know what your hair is doing, but fix it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, indeed.
I didn't have my band out. Okay, that's better, right?
It was.
Fuck, what did I do?
No, you're fine.
You bitch. Brian Blair, you and Hacksaw Jim Dugan, you are the Killer Bees, 93,000 people. Asked me excellent question, Dan Maloney. But, I mean, other than that, it was pretty great. But it was pretty great. The Iron Sheik losing his mind on camera is one of the greatest things to ever happen to Western civilization.
Yeah, Rissy, apparently we've never forced Amanda to watch this video. What's wrong with us?
Jesus Christ, we're bad friends.
We are bad friends.
You're punk. You're worse than Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson.
It's so good, Amanda. He just like, it's the Iron Sheik being asked like 15 or 20 years after
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, like 15 or 20 years after his career has been like over. But they're doing like an old interview and they're like, what was it like in that, you know, that arena with like 25,000 people or whatever, you know.
Supposedly 93,000 people.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say. I'm just making up numbers
93,000 people, Dan Maloney. Who's the name of the guy giving the interview? Maybe.
And he
Dan Maloney might be some guy living in his head that he talks to.
Yeah, that's true. But he just instantly like dropped back into the Iron Sheik character.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't seem to understand that like wrestling wasn't, and still will never be real.
It's definitely real for him.
He started like trash talking his opponent from a million years ago.
Brian Blair, you are punk.
I would just like to point out in the chat, Josh said, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm unaware of this video too.
Oh, God. The thing to search for on YouTube is Iron Sheik Goes Nuts. That's the thing you want. I think it's from like 1999 or 2000, like really early aughts or very late 90s, and it is.
We'll find it because I think that once it went viral, other people started naming their videos that, and you'll find other Iron Sheik videos that aren't as good.
Right.
So, you know what?
The one where he's talking to Kermit, the Kermit puppet, and starts calling him Corbear.
Corbear Baba.
Corbear Baba. He's like, so he's this big, muscly, trash-talking dude, but he cradles this Kermit puppet and just is kind of like very gently stroking it. Like
calling him Corbear Baba. I don't know.
Corbear Baba. Corbear.
It's adorable, but also just like, where did your brain go, my friend? How do you still function?
I think cocaine had a lot to do with that, would be my guess.
For sure. But it's so fascinating that he's still a high functioning crazy person.
Yes, he is. He is absolutely a fucking crazy person. Complete and total crazy person. His Twitter feed is a blast too. He calls people that he likes intelligent Jews.
Okay.
Yeah, you are the intelligent Jew. I know.
Is Sheik spelled with the I before E or the after the E? I
think it's EIK, but E before. That's Duncan Sheik.
Google should be able to figure it out
Yeah,
for
sure,
you.
but I'm not going to do that. I need to get this post up faster than that.
Oh.
But yeah, just and the thing is, it's important to remember that the Iron Sheik was an Olympic level wrestler, like from Iran, right? He actually wrestled. Well, I guess it would have been amateur status, in the Olympics in the 70s before he became a professional wrestler. So it's not like he didn't know his shit. He wasn't just, a big personality and a lot of flash. I mean, he actually was a very skilled wrestler and nascent crazy person. Oh, Corber Baba. Yeah, most of the other interviews aren't nearly as good, but the one with Kermit's pretty great. Or better.
Share now. Yeah, motherfuckers. Oh my god,
in the chat,
it's fucking blowing up. Yes.
In the chat, April Barker says, I think we all may be high-functioning crazy people. I think she's correct.
I think...
Sure.
That's very gracious of you to say.
I was just going to say, like, we are definitely crazy people, but if you go watch this video, it will make you feel sane.
It's true, yeah.
Like,
I think we put the fun in high functioning.
Like, he's not kidding. Like,
yeah, he really is not.
It's not a joke. It's not like, oh, I'm going to pretend to be the Iron Sheik again. He literally thinks that all of that happened and it was real. Like,
and then he's right there. Like, his mind time traveled to 1982.
It's crazy pants, you guys. It's crazy pants.
It's cuckoo banana pants crazy town and glorious. I'm there for every second of it.
I love it. But I haven't watched it recently. I think oh my gosh. What if like for bonus like watch with us thing
what? We should do that because there are, and I fake it, but there are a lot of references the two of you make that I don't know, and I just play along. I couldn't do that this time because Rissy wasn't here, and so it was just me to respond to your crazy talk, Blythe.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you seen Old Greg?
I'm aware of Old Greg. I don't think I've actually really watched. Like
oh god.
I mean, I've seen like a second, but
it's like a full on 10 or 15 minute deal.
Yeah, I know. No, I saw like he's sitting in a canoe or comes up next to or whatever, and then I was like, I'm not in the mood for this right now. And
where am I, Greg's place? I think I was shown by Stacy, my friend Stacy, boy Stacy, who showed that he was like, hey, Rissy, come here and watch this thing. And I'm like, what even? I'm like, oh, this is the best. Stacy, you so know me.
Oh my gosh.
I forced it on Blythe.
And I fell in love instantly.
Well, yeah, there are many, many videos Blythe and I have bonded over.
Oh my God. Amanda, have we made you watch, or have you ever seen the Whitest Kids You Know skit of the Hamlet?
Oh, you didn't. I have seen that one
good.
With Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I keep ducking down. It's because Kitta is at my feet, like a little dog.
An ex of mine was a big Whitest Kids You Know fan. So
these fucking dinosaurs are gonna smoke a spliff with me.
Their good stuff is just. So good.
I mean, it's sketch comedy, so it's hit or miss. But
of course.
When they're on, like,
but when you're watching the hits on YouTube or whatever, you don't have to watch the ones nobody laughs at in between.
Yep. Exactly. It's beautiful.
Oh, Quarter Bear Baba.
Oh, Quarter Bear Baba.
I mean, and I think that's something friends do, is like that you develop your own weird lingo. There was a time in like 2005 where my main group of friends and I only communicated with each other in shit from the G.I. Joe PSAs.
You still do that?
Yeah, that's true. I still do that a lot. Not nearly to the same extent, though, because other people won't support me in doing that. But yeah, I still do it a lot. But there was like, for a while, it was like that was the only form of conversation we were having with each other. It was just fucking quotes from that shit.
Yeah, you are the reason I watched those, like, whenever that was years ago. I think over at Melissa's house on a night we were gaming.
Oh, yeah.
You'd made a reference, and I'm like, I don't get that. And you're like, oh, we were going to have to watch this now. We're going to have to not start gaming yet. Because that's what we do, is immediately get off topic. Anyway.
For those of you with the Mighty Boosh, I hope you've seen the Crack Fox in addition to Old Greg, because the Crack Fox is so amazing. I'm gonna hurt you real bad when we get inside. What did you just say? Oh, nothing, just fun fox noises. So yeah, oh man.
You guys
don't break my butt. He's breaking my butt. God damn it. I just want to like go collapse in on myself like a fucking dying star made of postmodernism and only communicate in quotes from shit.
But before you start doing that, let's go ahead and start our recording software.
We could make a playlist
of
videos and then do our commentary where all three of us click play on that playlist, because then everyone at home, if we made it a public playlist, they could just navigate to this playlist and it would be very, very simple, rather than everyone trying to find the right video and
true. Going to separate links. I did find a thing. It's free on YouTube. It was a movie. It is tied into geek properties, and it is one of the worst things in existence, but worst in a laugh way, not a this is so boring way. It's like The Room of Dungeons and Dragons. And I don't mean the Dungeons and Dragons movie, though that was terrible. This is even worse. This is an animated feature-length film based on one of the more famous D&D tie-in series, the Chronicles of Dragonlance.
I was hoping you were going to say Narnia. Chronicles of Narnia.
I mean...
Yep, the well-known D&D spin-off, The Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, it was on SNL.
C.S. Lewis was real big into D&D.
I believe that. Let's start our recording software.
You mean insinuating that Islam secretly worships Satan? Then yes, that would be a very accurate statement.
All right, does everybody have their shit ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's click record. In 3, 2, 1. Oh God, hang on a second. I'm sorry.
Should I stop my thing?
No. Ugh, dudes. All right, sorry. My cats are the fucking worst. All right. And we're clapping in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
You gotta make that stop buzzing.
Girl, I hear you. I can't stop it. I can't make it stop buzzing.
Sure you
Is it a vibrator?
Yeah, I'm playing with a vibrator while we podcast. People do not pay me enough for that, let me tell you. It's going to take a little more than $900 a month for me to be pleasuring myself on the podcast.
Well, my thought was that it was just sitting there like you'd forgotten that you'd left it there, and now it's turned on and can't be turned off, that it's not in you at the time. It was just sitting out. How do you leave a vibrator out and on and not know it? I don't own any, so
yeah, they're loud. They're loud. You know when they're on. They rattle if they're sitting on something. Because I don't know if you know this, but they vibrate.
Interesting.
Yeah. Most people don't
I didn't think that you had it on. I thought you'd accidentally turned it on and then couldn't turn it off just now. I didn't think that it was like still on from like your early afternoon fab session or whatever.
I don't have my vibrators anywhere near my podcast setup.
I think you're missing an opportunity here.
That's not really what we do, Rissy. I don't know if you know that, but we're not.
Well, at least not unless it's a drunk Pridecast.
No, that's a different business model.
Yes, it is.
In the chat, John Latch has mentioned Chronicles of Narnia Riddick, which would be amazing! Because the Chronicles of Riddick is one of the terriblest movies in existence, and the Chronicles of Narnia start off okay, peak at book 3, and then just go... I guess The Magician's Nephew is pretty good.
I need a beer.
That's first. God... Chronicles of Riddick, where Riddick goes from being like a cool, edgy character in Pitch Black to now he's the Messiah, but his mom was like a space Catholic schoolgirl. God, that movie was so fucking bad. So bad. What Dame Judi Dench was doing in it, I assume she needed like a new addition put on her house. Because, it was awful. And I was watching it with some friends who were super into it, and I'm like, are you all higher than me? Like, you'd have to be really high to think this was good. It's not good. Oh, God. In the chat. Oh, my. Rissy, are you aware of a former Twitch streamer that actually accidentally went live while she fapped to porn? Accidentally. There's no way she didn't do that on purpose. I'm sorry. I don't buy that was accidental. I mean... She was able to clearly fake it that it was spontaneous and talk about increasing your revenue stream. My God.
Sure, but then you get shut down. So there's no...
Oh, I don't know about the rules for it.
Yeah, the rules are you can't fap on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure that it wasn't accidental because you're getting kicked off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I take it back. Oh, so April, about The Magician's Nephew. So I think it was just released 6th in order, but yeah, chronologically, since it details the creation of Narnia and shit, yeah, it's definitely the first one. Also, it's the only one. There's like 4, 5, 6, and 7, and The Magician's Nephew is way less shitty than any of the rest of them. 7 is the absolute worst. Let's be real here. But 4 and 5 were so fucking snooze fest boring. I don't care about any of this shit.
I'm ready
C.S. Lewis was, talk about crazy people. C.S. Lewis was definitely a crazy person, at least towards the end of his life. His wife died, and then he went like, blah, 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 blah.
All right, let's start.
Yes, let's.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to episode 88 of the Dork Pridecast. My name's Amanda.
It's 89.
89. It says 89 in there, and I said 88 because I'm dumb. Again? Let's just
who gives a shit? I'm Blythe.
Okay. And I'm Rissy. We make up a comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, and this is our podcast, which is also funny, depending on how much you like poop jokes and dick jokes, or if you were drunk, or if you're like Amanda, you're actually a visitor from a previous timeline. Hello, past Amanda. How are things in the past?
Shitty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do they get better? Probably not.
Hashtag it gets better, question mark.
Your skin gets better since you've been using that regimen I picked out for you. It progressively improved over time.
Generally, your skin gets worse with more aging. So.
No, but you're fighting that shit now.
To a point.
Actually, if you were real Amanda instead of past Amanda, I would say that your skin looked great in the future, but it just looks great right now.
I'm confused.
I don't know what just happened.
Me either. What's going on?
Where
are we? I don't even know.
This is gonna be a weird one. Amanda, welcome back.
Yes.
I know, it doesn't feel like I've been gone because we did a Drunk Pridecast on Sunday, and then Rissy and I recorded an episode of the D&D podcast yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, I've done. That's the thing. I was trying to think, like, was I here for the one last week? No. Is that when I was, like, no, I was still gone then. Has it only been a week? Oh. Yeah. Since a week ago, I mean.
Yeah, so this is the first one you've done publicly in a while, so.
In like a month?
Oh, dag.
3 weeks?
It does not seem that long.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean, hi, I'm so glad I'm back. Yay!
That was very convincing.
Wasn't it?
What? I feel like there was stuff I was going to talk about, but I don't know what it was.
Is it the people want stuff and need to respond to our things? That's in the show notes.
I don't think any of those people are in the chat. I haven't checked it again, but they weren't a minute ago.
Uh-oh.
So, no point in it. Gordon, if you're listening, or,
Gordon, can you hear me?
Oh, God, stop it. Now I know why you fucking referenced it on Sunday.
Because you went and saw Deadpool 2!
John Latch is in the chat.
I already bitched at him on Sunday, and he resolved the problem, sort of. I love you, John. And I will send you things, but the one thing that you requested, I don't have. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check for you, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing that we currently have. But anyway, I don't know. Some shit happened somewhere, right?
Probably.
That is usually the way the world goes. Yeah.
What'd you guys do this week? Cool. Good story.
So on Thursday, this last Thursday, I saw Deadpool 2. It was fucking awesome. And now, Blythe, you know what I was talking about, right? I guess obviously don't want to spoil it for Amanda, but what did you think?
Yeah, we're not going to say anything. I also saw Deadpool 2 on Tuesday. It was good. I wonder if it was just how I went into it. I'd had a migraine for most of the day leading up.
Oh, no.
So I just kind of went into it a little dead pool. Sorry, I couldn't resist it.
Sure.
But I just didn't laugh as much in this one as I did during the first one. That's all. So, Amanda, go see it, but just go with a low bar.
I mean, I liked it more than the first one. Blythe laughed slightly less than the first one, so the answer is the truth is probably somewhere in between.
I'm just saying, if you go in with a low bar, you can be pleasantly surprised rather than slightly disappointed. Probably.
And this Thursday, I'm going to go see Solo.
Hello?
Solo.
Oh, Solo. Okay, cool.
Yes. What's Holo?
I said, it was a, never mind.
I understood.
Okay, great.
I mean, it wasn't funny. That's why I didn't laugh, but I got what you said.
You know, Amanda, I don't need your help in not wanting to be here right now. I can just go back to the bathroom if that's what you want from me.
Oh, can we cast from the bathroom? No. Is that a thing we can do now?
No.
I'm happy to let people hear my grunts and oh god whys.
100% absolutely not.
No.
Again, I know we mentioned this before the podcast
You
officially
used to be
started.
Fun.
Oh, wow.
Which one of us?
Is that what
Not
we've
me.
come to? Is that what we've come to?
You know I don't mean it. I understand that that's not our business model.
I mean, I guess, is this our... Oh, I mean, we've definitely reached the 7-year itch, I suppose. So, of course, you're going to start screaming things at me like...
It used to be fun.
It used to be fun. You used to touch me.
You are always better at this than I am. The, crazy person things to say in a relationship.
Thank you.
That was some underhanded...
Well, no, that would
aggressive.
That would be genuinely useful for me because that sort of thing is funny. Like, I could write it into scripts and shit, and I don't know it off the top of my head. That doesn't mean she is a crazy person in relationships. It might just mean she'd observed a lot of crazy person in relationships things.
I just watch so many rom-coms, you know?
Yes, that is the big difference. Yes.
No, I was kidding. I hate rom-coms. Oh. That was a joke.
Well, you might have watched them when you were younger. Like, I tried with rom-coms when I was like a teenager. I had a friend who was super into rom-coms, a male friend, weirdly enough, and I was like, what is the point? These people are awful, and I want them to die in a nuclear holocaust, not get married.
Yeah, I'm not into that whole thing, and I learned very early that I was not into that whole thing.
I'm kind of glad that main, like, big budget rom-coms are dead, and the only ones coming out is shit like The Big Sick and whatnot, like some more indie stuff that's interesting.
I think trash rom-coms are probably still coming out. You just don't hear about them because it's not a part of your life.
I looked it up and I was like, are rom-coms dead? I think I Googled that, and there have actually been quite a few articles recently about how large, like, mainstream, mid-budget rom-coms are not a thing anymore.
That's probably for the best. I mean, they did just redo the Anna Faris one that's in theaters soon or now.
Wait, which one is
about that again?
I know. I don't want to go into it again. We already had a discussion on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one that they've flipped the gender roles on?
Overboard.
Overboard? There we go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, fuck that noise. It's not any less rapey.
Exactly.
I mean, Overboard, it was a movie I liked when I was a kid before I realized the implications of...
We already had this discussion. Yeah, we're not going to have it again.
When you communicate to me like I'm a character in an opera, I always agree with you.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I mean, that's fucking, when I heard Cosi fan tutte, which is a Mozart light opera buffa, a comic opera, that's what it is, not a light opera. There's literally, so like, there's a full-on English translation of it, and there's a woman, is there anything so tedious as being a chambermaid? I'm like, you just sang that. You sang that fucking line of dialogue right there. Like, Mozart wrote that. Fucking genius.
I love it. So.
Oh yeah, like singing everything makes it better. I fucking love opera. Also, Don Giovanni, right? The opera that ends with the main character being bodily dragged down to hell by a gang of demons and an animated statue.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me.
I wish more things ended that way.
Right, yeah. Like, Don Giovanni's like, I'm gonna sleep with all the women and be a dick bag. And then this statue was like, Don Giovanni, you need to cut that shit out or you're gonna go to hell. And Don Giovanni's like, fuck you, statue. And the statue's like, okay. And then, like, opens a portal to hell. And then the demons come out. And then the statue grabs him and drags him kicking and screaming down to hell.
Well, Amanda, a sinkhole, not a singhole. I would love a sinkhole.
I think this is our sinkhole.
I think I am a sinkhole.
You absolutely are a sinkhole.
Sinkhole did, in fact, open on the White House lawn, so maybe you'll get your wish.
Yeah. I doubt it.
I know. I'm with you. Oh, gosh.
I've been having to get into some deep Star Wars lore about the non-canon expanded universe to write some songs.
Rissy just delivered one of the first songs for our Star Wars show. We can kind of talk about that. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I do want to tease it a little bit.
Yes.
It's good, y'all.
It's real good.
It's real good.
It took a lot of work, but I am very pleased with the end product, and I think the person who will be singing it's really going to make it shine.
It's going to be me. I'll just say that right now, and I'm super excited. This is a song that I've wanted an excuse to sing, but I was like, well, I will never have a reason to. Like, my Disney princess days, my Disney princess. Oh my God, what's happening? Okay, my Disney princess days are, kind of over. So the fact that I am, in fact, going to be able to sing a little Disney princess song on stage that is also hilarious. I'm pretty excited about it. So,
well, each of us are going to get one. Amanda's going to get one, and then Amanda, and then I'm going to get one, although that's going to be fairly short, and then Amanda and I will have one together. And yeah, working on getting those finished up by the end of the week. And one of those songs requires that I dip deep into the expanded universe lore. And let me tell you, that shit is awful. Just so terrible. I'm really glad that Disney bought the Star Wars intellectual property and has now decanonized pretty much all the expanded universe shit, because if it was not written by Timothy Zahn, it is like, it's not just shit, it's like whiskey shits combined with norovirus. It is the worst. It is so fucking terrible. There's an evil dark side spirit named Frida Nad. His last name is Nad. And it sounds like Freedom Nad, and it's like, hey, Beva, this dark Jedi with the name Freedom Nad. Yeah, the Nads should be free. And this dude's remains are apparently infectious. Like, if you're a Jedi, or even if you're not, and you get near this dude's fucking corpse, his spirit will infect you and turn you evil, and this results in a cult of Nadists. There's a cult of Nadists in the Star Wars expanded universe, and I'm like, did any of you learn to English before writing these fucking books? Jesus Christ. I want to track down whoever came up with Freedom Nad and break their hands so they can't ever write again. It's like, this shit is worse than Hitler.
I have bad news for you.
What? Were you the one who wrote that?
You don't need your hands to write anymore. They could just dictate it.
Fuck! Cut out their
so you're going to have to cut out their tongue as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go medieval on this shit because what? I don't... Like, the fact that Han and Leia only had one kid who turns to the dark side, spoiler alert, I don't even care if you think that's a spoiler or not. Out there, people, like, it's been enough time.
In the chat, JD said, it's a shame that Rissy holds back on her opinions of things.
Amen, sister.
Oh, okay, so Sean Palmer points out the Old Republic lore, mostly from the games, was rather great. Yes, okay, so Knights of the Old Republic is a fucking badass video game, and I don't even play video games. I got to watch somebody play it, though. It was real good. Although, like, a lot of the whole, we mind-wiped you, and then we're gonna make you go out and interact with people you used to know when you were a Dark Jedi, and then you're gonna maybe turn to the dark side again. We don't know. I'm like, okay, the device here is a little goofy. But aside from that, it was not bad, especially compared to all of the novels that were not written by Timothy Zahn. Bob Salvatore wrote some garbage. There's like... So Han and Leia have 3 shitty kids.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars. I'm so bored of Star Wars.
Okay.
I'm crabby tonight, and I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, like anything else, but not Star Wars.
Which is the exact opposite of my relationship, where it is talking about nothing but Star Wars constantly.
It's fine.
And I'm happy for you that you have that, and that you can get those needs met elsewhere.
But this podcast is 1/3 hers, and she says no Star Wars.
No Star Wars. Okay, that's fine. I accept that. Just letting you know, there's some serious crap, and I am shoveling through it for you guys.
Oh no, I know that you are, and I know that it will turn into something magical. But
also, Freedom Nad. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't.
I like just getting to benefit from the stuff that you do, but that I don't have to hear about, because then I just get the, the Cliff's Notes version of whatever, usually in the script, and I'm like, okay.
I will say, your Cliff's Notes interpretation of Mara Jade is pretty much fucking the only thing I like about that character. God, she's so awful. And she was created by Timothy Zahn, too. But they can't all be winners.
That's true.
Yeah, God, she's the worst. Oh, man. So that's my life. That's been my life, is reading a lot of Star Wars shit.
Yeah, that sounds delightful. I mentioned this on the last podcast that I started watching the Sailor Moon reboot.
Yes, Sailor Moon
Crystal. Yes.
Crystal.
And
there's a reboot.
I fucking finished that shit.
Oh, wow. How many seasons did it entail?
It's 3 seasons, but it's a total of 40 episodes.
Now, is it all done, or is it still coming out?
No, they're talking about doing the next section as a 2-part film, but they announced it in 2017, and I don't know if you know this, but it's 2018.
What? Oh, damn it.
And I haven't seen anything else about it yet, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. To be fair, I haven't looked too deeply into that, so they could be releasing it in Japanese and then they like soon, or maybe already, and they just haven't dubbed it yet. I don't know. But yes, Amanda, there is a reboot that came out 2 or 3 years ago. The animation is more differenter.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
more different.
Some people will say better. But I'm just so used to the original that it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a bad way.
Just jarring, maybe.
Yeah, it's just a little bit like this.
When they change format or whatever, like anything,
exactly
something you loved, even if it's good the way they've rebooted it, you're like, but I liked the way it was before, and now it's different. And
yeah, I mean, I get it, and I'm not one of those people who's like, I want it to be exactly the same, because what's the fucking point? If you want to be the exact same, just go watch the originals. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, I'm just saying it's a little bit different. Because of course it is. But yeah, I like it, and it was good. They blew through some storylines really quickly, so it's kind of a good way to get a really good understanding of Sailor Moon without having to slog through some seriously like long and boring episodes where Sailor Moon just spends the whole time going, but I don't want to do it.
And eating too much.
Yeah, basically. Well, being made fun of constantly for being fat, and even though she's super not. And yeah, it's just like, there's some problems. Also, if you want a summary of Sailor Moon, you can also go listen to the most recent Femsplained podcast, where Avalon Femsplains Sailor Moon to Diana.
God damn it!
Rissy, why? Why? Like, why?
What happened?
She picked up the cat and shit went crazy. And now her video is weirdly like a circle. I don't understand.
Sorry about that. I was trying to shift my cat around and disaster happened.
Yeah, no shit. Maybe don't do that when we're recording a fucking podcast.
Well, she was being annoying.
I know. Life is hard. Is your recording still going?
I think, but let me check.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't.
It is. It is indeed.
Good. So,
and my levels are fine.
Great. Did the microphone crash when the video crashed?
No, just the computer. Great. Yeah, the microphone is set off to the side, in a nice stable place.
That's great. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna have to go in and pull in this very loud, like.
Nope. You'll probably hear me swearing, but.
Oh, listen, we're all used to that.
Yeah, I'm very sorry I interrupted your thing. When last we left off, Avalon from the Femsplained podcast had done a great job breaking down Sailor Moon.
To be honest with you, I only assume that she's done a great job because I haven't gotten to that episode yet. I am behind on my podcast because someone told me I should start listening to Case File, and that man has a beautiful Australian accent, and I listened to like 20 episodes back to back, and I was just like, yeah, keep telling me about murder, you Australian weirdo. And then I flapped. And then I accidentally left my vibrator next to my podcast.
Oh, I hate it when I do that.
And it accidentally turned on, and then I couldn't shut it off. Callbacks, if you were here before the podcast started.
Oh, I'm in a circle. I'm like in a circle, like I'm in a fucking old vaudevillian thing. Like, what is that? I don't know how to change it. So I guess I'm here trapped in the 1920s. So
did you weirdly put your camera behind a hole in the wall?
No,
so that, like,
yes,
we all feel like we're spying on you secretly.
Ooh.
Like,
say the thing from 1920s. about pictures.
I didn't hear anything you said.
You want to be in the pictures, don't ya? That's right. That's right. You just take that little jacket off there, honey.
I don't know what this is. I just do it anyway.
That you've merged it with the Grim Dealer. Yeah, like, you don't buy for me. You might as well be dead.
I mean, that's how I get into that character. As I go into the.
I love that character.
Oh, so weird. Again, with the whitest kids you know popping up. Yes. So yeah, that's it. That's Sailor Moon. If you want a good if you didn't watch it previously and you want to get kind of a gist of it, what it is / was, check out Sailor Moon Crystal because they move through those plot lines. Oop, now I'm kicking things over.
Me too. Poke. Kidding.
But yeah, it's really good. Amanda, you should watch it.
Yeah. I still haven't watched the new season of Archer. And I need to. Because I tried, so I actually I was talking to Rissy about this yesterday. I started watching that show Legion.
I fucking loved that show.
Yeah,
but it is very intense.
It is very intense.
Every episode is like, we are screaming all of the things at you nonstop.
And season 2, like, you have to pay attention. It gets real weird.
That's basically what I told Rissy. I'm like, I started and I maybe watched 2 episodes of season 2, but I have too much shit going on and I can't just sit down and watch. So even when I look away for a second, I'm like, wait, who the fuck is that person? Right. Like they introduced a new character sort of that I think, if you've seen season 2, you know who I'm talking about. And I kind of missed the introduction. So I'm like, I clearly would have to go back and watch that again because I'm like, okay, I know who this guy is. I kind of know who he is, but I also don't I don't get it. What did I miss? What did I miss when I looked away for a second?
Yeah, we've had to go back repeatedly and rewatch things and look up some we've been so confused by some things we had to straight up look up fan theories because they're not explained yet or maybe ever. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Certainly not yet. But yeah, we were looking up fan theories of the green hands. I don't know if you've noticed the green pointing hands.
No.
Well,
is this a second season thing? I haven't seen second season.
Yeah, it's a second season thing.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I've seen I think just 2 episodes and then was like, I need to
just keep your eyes open. It's I mean, I'm current on it. It's never referenced. It's never mentioned. It's never discussed. It just shows up in the background of several shots and you're just like, why? What's happening? But there's lots of things like that where you're not sure if it's real or if it's the first
race are the characters, right? And what are they seeing? Is what they're seeing actually real, objective reality within the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And the first season on that was already intense with that, but the second season is just even worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are days if I come home and I'm just if I had a day where I just used too much of my brain, Sean will be like, hey, we have an episode of Legion we should watch. And I will have to be like, I don't have the brain function for this show right now.
Yeah.
There was a night when I was getting ready for bed and he came in to talk to me about the fan theories he looked up. And I was like, you have to stop talking right now because my brain can't handle this. I don't know what you're saying to me. I can't process it. There's so many fucking layers to this thing. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was proud of myself for catching that the villain was the Shadow King. Before it was actually revealed, I'm like, well, in terms of villains, there's really only one person it could be, and then that was it. Otherwise, I have not been good at figuring things out with that fucking show.
It's not even us, we're not trying to figure shit out. We're just trying to keep up.
Just follow what's real.
What is happening in this? Yeah.
Right, because it's crazy. What people see is not necessarily what's actually there, and now there's time travel aspects that are kind of
Well, it wouldn't be the X-Men if it weren't fucking time travel-y.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, they're going so deep on, like, you don't know, not only do you not know, like, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, you don't know what's real, what's not, you don't know, like, is this a dream world, is this real world, is this, like, there's just so many levels of not being sure of anything. It's
Is this a world that the main character created and can transport people into?
That is
neither a dream world nor well, it's kind of a dream world, but it's a dream world separate from the other dream world.
Right.
Anyway, I know we're saying it's a lot, and it is a lot, but it's worth it.
It's very rewarding, yeah. Also, I think it does probably a better job, first of all, of communicating, like, how crazy it can be to live with mental illness, but also what it might be like if you actually had mutant mind powers, because that must be fucked up. To be able to contact other people's minds, getting other people's minds just like fucking like crashing over.
And this is not a spoiler really. I mean, this is basically given right from the beginning. But like the main character who has telepathic abilities and believed he was schizophrenic his whole life. Yeah, because that's what you would think.
Yeah, I mean, of course you would.
Maybe in a world where there are people with mutant powers, you wouldn't. No, you'd still be like, no, if I'm hearing voices.
Yeah.
Which is, like, generally people with schizophrenia don't see things, they hear things. Mm-hmm. Seeing things is much less common, so, yeah. Well, of course,
a lot of times also you don't know that you're seeing things because you're seeing something and you just assume it's actually happening.
Right. So. But yeah, that, I think it does a great job with that. But still a respectful job, like, it's not.
Yeah, 100%. It's
not tawdry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one of those, like, this is the wrong show for me to be watching when I have this much stuff going on outside of the television. Because I cannot I can't be working or even.
No, it is one you have to pay 100% attention to. It's crazy town.
Yeah.
I really want to watch the new season of 13 Reasons Why, but I don't know if I'm ready. I mean, I loved the first season, but it was,
I couldn't watch I watched a couple episodes of the first season and then didn't want to anymore.
I fucking loved it, but I understand it's, if people find it intensely problematic or too much to take.
I did watch the newest season of Dear White People, which was good.
Oh, I hear that is very good.
Oh, I think this was mentioned previously, but you guys recorded episode 2
yes.
of Damsels and Dragons.
Yes.
We are not going to release that until probably next week or even the week after, simply because we Drunk Pridecasted on Sunday for the patrons, so that came out. So that's two episodes, like last week / this week. We're Drunk Pridecasting this Sunday for everyone, which, by the way, if you are available Sunday at 8:00 Central Time, whether you're a patron or not, we will be here and Drunk Pridecasting for you. Thanks to our Damselversary. That was one of our goals that you guys helped us to unlock. So that is a bonus one that we are going to make available to everyone. So if you're not a patron, thank a patron because they're fucking awesome. And if you are a patron, we'll thank you later like we do always. So that's
I lost my phone due to this last week's Drunk Pridecast. I drunkenly flung it somewhere and now I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You were only in one room. I don't
know either. Yeah, okay. But somehow. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we're going to be releasing that. And then about a week after we release that episode, I will then release episode 2 of Damsels and Dragons, which is, which will be released on the Patreon feed. So you do have to be a patron to get that one. But if you're not a patron,
$1.
$1 a month will get you at least 2 bonus podcasts per month at this point. Plus, I don't know, all kinds of weirdness, posts from us, and God knows what else we'll come up with. So become a patron and stuff. This is your weekly, it's not really a PSA, but
if it were PSA, it'd be blah, 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 blah. Yeah, cooking. Yeah, dude. Pork chop sandwiches! Oh, fuck, get the fuck out!
Pork chop sandwiches, my dudes.
Memes, delicious.
I'm really excited to listen to the 2nd episode of Damsels and Dungeons, by the way. Damsels and Dragons. Damn it.
I think you'll enjoy it. It was more coherent than the first episode where we were just like blah 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 blah. Like we actually managed to construct a narrative and got through like the first adventure we went on in the game.
I was gonna say we actually talked about the game, unlike the first one where we started talking about characters and then just stopped and talked about other things.
Which, you know, I think is fine, because, right, usually nowadays, if you start a campaign, you have to devote an entire session to character creation. I mean, maybe people show up with their characters already made, but a lot of GMs would really, it seems like, prefer that you make your characters all together, right? So, yeah. So I think that's entirely appropriate, that we had a whole session, as it were, devoted to discussion of characters and that sort of thing, and our general, I guess, gaming history. And everybody else's characters leading up to this last one, where we actually make it all the way through the first adventure.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it turned out really well.
I liked it. I think we're going to have to stay on task more during our gaming sessions, or we are going to catch up really quickly.
Yeah, we are.
Because that's the thing, like, what we recapped yesterday was how many months worth of playing?
Yeah, a lot of months. Yeah, things were really slow moving for a long time.
Sure, which is definitely true, except things, if you catch up to yourselves, your gaming sessions will be so fresh that I think you'll still be able to.
Yeah, there was a lot of this past one where it was like, was it like this, or maybe I don't know, somehow we ended up in this place, and then, yeah, because, I mean, this was
4 years ago.
4 years ago when we started. So
crazy. Yeah, for real.
It really is. Also, I would say that, like, it took us a while to kind of fall into a good rhythm as an adventuring party, right? Like, so we got better at, like, playing D&D with these characters in this game setting before the party really gelled. We basically had to be booted out of the prime material plane before that could happen, as you will learn by listening to this. So yeah, I think we got better at gaming over time, and that will be reflected in the fact that we started to move faster and do more things.
I don't know. I think we still dick around most of the time that we
dick around a goodly amount, but I don't think it's nearly as much as we used to early on, where we'd like accomplish 5 minutes worth of activity in one session. I don't know.
I feel like we end every session with our DM going like, well, we got nothing accomplished that I had planned, so
that sounds like a game that you guys would be a part of, honestly.
Just wait. Yeah, actually, there's going to be some sessions coming up, like 4 or 5 maybe, where we like this. It just becomes a fucking shit show, and it's glorious. I'm really stoked to talk about that. Where like we are so incompetent, it's amazing. It was actually like us being like super incompetent and useless that actually I think kind of forged us into a semi-decent adventuring party with some understanding of group tactics.
A little. The great thing is it's not like this campaign was the first thing this group has played together. Like, we'd been playing together for a while before we've started.
We've been playing groups of dysfunctional assholes for quite some time.
Yes, that is true.
Because first there was Melissa's second ed campaign where we were talking about Dick or One Ball. And then there was Eric's Welcome to Earth Dawn, And then there was this 5th ed game that Eric's running.
What were you going to say, Blythe?
Oh, I was going to say that's just the title of my autobiography.
Dick or One Ball?
No. I don't remember what you said now. It was too long ago. It was whatever it was hilarious. Yeah, it's fine. Y'all can roll back the recording later.
Whatever would be funniest for that comment to apply to is what it applies to. So go ahead, rewind. We'll wait. We're not gonna.
It's fine. It wasn't even important. I just couldn't not answer you when you were like, what were you going to say?
I know.
And I was like, well,
like a thing that it doesn't.
A thing that no longer applies or is amusing. So I appreciate what you're trying to do, Amanda, but instead you just made me embarrassed.
Good job. Good job, me.
Go team!
The Damsels of Dorkington embarrassing each other.
Yes.
Oh my, yes. For a long fucking time now.
Hey, Rissy.
Yes?
Did you prepare a Dork Pride Chat for us this week?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Then let's hear it.
All right, so I've been delving all up in that Star Wars lore, and God, it's all mostly terrible. Like, it really is so bad. I'm very glad that Disney now has a fucking stranglehold on that shit, so not just anybody can write fucking garbage about what Luke Skywalker is doing when he's 78 years old.
Fapping.
And fapping, yeah, and still still kicking ass though, like he used to do in his early 20s. He's still doing all that shit, but he's a million fucking years old. It's like, make up new characters, assholes.
I like to think that Luke would be like in an old folks' home, but he'd be like sending his Jedi hologram out and just masturbating in front of I don't know, whoever he's into at the moment.
Yeah, that's true, because Mara Jade dies. They were married and had a kid, but then she dies at some point.
Of heartbreak?
No, not that cool though. But one of Han and Leia's stupid kids kills her.
She was probably asking for it.
Yeah, she was.
Did you see what she was wearing?
Exactly.
Well, she was Sheev Palpatine, aka Steve Palpatine, in our show Stars War, his personal exotic dancer. So.
/ assassin.
And sometimes
there a question in here?
Yes. Okay. So the expanded lore of this universe has made me regret knowing that it exists, right? So here's the thing, so let's say you become invested in an intellectual property of some kind, and then it expands, like the Harry Potter universe or like the world of Lord of the Rings, where there's all the appendices and you can dive in and read all this shit and you think that it's going to be great, or like there's a second season of the show you like, that sort of thing, and then it ruins it all. So what is a piece of expanded universe lore, not just Star Wars, but any, like, maybe there's a sequel to your favorite game, that kind of thing. When would less have been more, I guess, in terms of your favorite nerdy IP? I can see Amanda already has an answer for this, so I'm super excited.
And I will admit, I have not given the extended bit of this thing much of a chance because I got real bored and was like, nah, I'm not interested. So the Hulu series for The Handmaid's Tale was fabulous. And then they made a second season.
Why did they do that?
And why did they do that? Which of course is just them making shit up, because the first season was the book, more or less. I mean, obviously they dramatized, added things to make it more TV friendly. And I really, really liked it. And then the second season was going to be a thing, and I got just, they're making more of a thing I liked. I will watch that thing. And I watched a couple episodes and I was like, now it's all just like she's running from the things and hiding, and it's all the weird, awkward, like, there was a scene where they had set up something that was clearly going to happen to make her get caught, and I'm like, I can't even watch it anymore because, like, they're telegraphing this so much. I didn't even watch far enough to make sure that I was right. I'm just like, I'm done. But it made me very sad because I really liked the first one, and I'm not sure what I would have wanted out of a second season, but it's not where they started taking it, at least. So
I thought that was a catastrophically stupid decision. I'm like, just tell the fucking story as it was presented, for fuck's sake.
So the girl is looking forward to 13 Reasons Why season 2.
Yeah, but I would say the show was better than the book. The first season of the show was better than the book. So I think sometimes if the thing is better than the original, then go for it, right? But
it depends on how the thing ended. Like,
exactly.
If something had an end, then leave it there.
Especially since The Handmaid's Tale has a prologue and epilogue that are set, 50 years in the future of the events presented?
But it's just like, it tells a contained story. So really, you're just writing, like, let's imagine what might have happened afterwards in these people's I mean, they're not boring lives. They're kind of crazy, but I don't want to watch, I don't want to watch what they've turned it into. So it made me kind of sad. So there you go. That's my answer.
I like that. Blythe?
Did you already answer?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay. I can't think of anything. I mean, the problem is that I don't care when I don't like a thing. I just like this whole fucking fanboy outrage that has become a phenomenon lately. The most recent one is the Thundercats reboot, where everyone...
I didn't know they rebooted that either. Why am I so unaware of anything?
I'm surprised because everyone is
out of town a lot.
Everyone is posting it this week and screaming about how awful it is. And it's not even out yet. There's like a picture, and I think if you really dig, you can find like...
Also, the original Thundercats was not very good. I fucking loved it at the time, but I was also 5 years old, so It was... Yeah. The original Thundercats was not good.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people have pointed out. But
the original Transformers cartoon, let's be real, the fucking Decepticons are like, we need energy, so instead of just pulling down power lines, we're gonna attack a military base. I'm like, oh, y'all, this is not okay. This is so bad. Peter Cullen's voice is still amazing, but that doesn't make the original Transformers cartoon objectively good.
So anyway, that's been really, really common lately, is they reboot a thing and everyone gets angry and says, like, this isn't, and it goes back to what we were talking about with Sailor Moon, like, this isn't exactly the same as the original, fuck you. And, like, apparently people are sending, like, rape and death threats over the new Thundercats. And I know it's not everyone. I know it's not everyone.
Right.
But there is a lot of outrage.
But the fact that even one person did that.
Right. And they feed into each other and, like, just stop. If you don't like it, then don't fucking watch it. If you love it so much, then go back and watch the original. Also, you need to recognize it's not fucking for you. You're a 30-something-year-old man, most of the people who are outraged, not everyone, but most of you. I say you, like these assholes are listening. The really, really angry ones are probably not our fans.
I was going to say, no, I can't imagine they would like a bunch of mouthy women who are always talking about their opinions.
You know, I understand disappointment, and I understand, you know, seeing it, and because the art style it's that new art style that's really, like, it's off-putting to a lot of us who are our age, where I don't know, it's kind of over the top and weird.
It's very kid-friendly looking.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, like,
but that's how kids' cartoon looked in the 80s, right?
Well, and that's the thing is, like, Nickelodeon is not putting out cartoons for 30-somethings. Like, that's not their demographic. That's not what they're aiming for. They're not trying to please you. They have a formula that is working right now, and they're going to stick with that formula, even though they're porting in an older property. Yes, but, like, yeah, I don't know. It just, so, like, I get the disappointment, but the anger and the fucking losing it and the death threats, like, y'all need to stop. You need to stop and fucking find something more important than a fucking cartoon to be that passionate about. Maybe don't send death threats for pretty much anything, but, like,
right.
Find something that's actually important in life and put that much energy into it. Jesus Christ. Calm your tits.
Your tits, calm them. So you're saying it's fandom that has disappointed you as it expands?
No, I'm simply saying...
I know. That was being facetious.
Sure. So, yeah. So I'm simply saying that, like, typically when things like that happen and I'm not into it, I just go, okay, and walk away. So I'm sure that I have been disappointed by things, but I'm so...
But then you went, and walked away.
Exactly. I'm so unfazed by it that I can't come up with anything because it simply didn't leave an impression on my brain that's like, yeah, that's how I was real mad about that thing. Like, because I've never been real mad about that thing. Like, I can't think of anything. Sorry to disappoint everyone and just rage about fucking
people raging about things.
Raging nerds, yeah. Sorry to rage about people raging. At least I'm not sending you death threats, okay? I don't know who you is. I don't even know who I'm, like, talking to right now, but whoever it is, you're welcome. Get fucked, but consensually. I want to be
My favorite response in the chat is Mason's leader. I am often displeased that there's another sequel to Life every day. You get me, Mason. Yes. 100%. Yes.
I think you made Blythe spit out her drink.
I was trying to have a drink of water and I almost just spewed it out all over my microphone and my laptop. So fuck you very much, Mason's leader.
Oh, you get me so hard. There's a lot of good shit in here, though. Glee after season 1, yeah, the show took a huge fucking nosedive in quality and just...
I just want to point out that you just said you get me so hard.
That's because of my enormous dick.
Yeah. Chimp clit.
My chimp clit. It's the size of a thumb. Heroes after season 1, yeah, oh boy, howdy, yeah. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Neverending Story sequels. I wish for you to have a heart.
I love Jonathan Brandis so much that I did not give any fucks about how bad Neverending Story 2 was.
I bet you watched the Aladdin cartoon just for his weird sorcerer character with the skeleton hand and the snake pit.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he was. He voiced that character.
I never watched any of the Neverending Story sequels.
You are better for it. Yeah, Highlander 2, oh god. So although Josh brings up, oh Jesus, Highlander 2, the only reason that was made was because the studio made everyone via contract. But originally it wasn't gonna be a train wreck. What happened, if you watch the director's cut of Highlander 2 with the commentary on it, which I don't know why anyone would do that, but in case you do, the opening tracks on the commentary is, we're sorry. We're so sorry. Oh God, we're very sorry for this movie. What happened is, so they're locked into this fucking contract, and the showrunners left and took all the money when they were like a few weeks into production. So all the fucking Meanwhile on the Planet Zeist shit, that was like made up on the spot to try and fill all the fucking holes in the plot, because they had to like stitch together a movie with the footage that they'd shot and with whatever little money they had left, which was next to nothing. So we have no idea what Highlander 2 might have been. It was one of the most abysmally terrible things in the history of cinema. So yeah,
it seems like from the chat, there's a lot of people that just like, they were watching or consuming a thing and then got bored and just were like, well, I'm not going to watch that thing anymore. And I feel like that's basically what Blythe was saying, but I kind of feel like that's the way I usually deal with that sort of stuff too, is just the meh, I enjoyed it for a while and then I stopped enjoying it and there were other things to watch. So I started watching them and kind of forgot about the thing that I wasn't enjoying. So
some of the Star Wars stuff makes me genuinely mad because I'm like, these assholes got published.
You angry, Rissy? I can't even imagine.
I know. I too have just gotten disappointed and bored with something and stopped consuming it. Well, sure. But yeah,
I feel like my memory is so shitty that that's usually even things I haven't gotten bored with. I just if there's time between when a thing happened and when it happens again, I'm like, what? Oh, right, that. I forgot that was a thing. So
I have to go reread synopsis. Like show synopses what synopses. Okay between seasons because I would be like, who is this character? What am I looking at? I don't know who this person is.
Oh yeah, I've had to go and like rewatch seasons of the like I don't really remember what happened. Did I even see the previous season? And I'd be watching it and I'm like, I don't think I saw this. And then I'd see something that I remember and I'm like, well, I guess I did watch this. I just forgot it all. So I guess that was a good refresher.
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua Donovan points out the best Transformers movie had Peter Cullen and Leonard Nimoy at the same time was the Transformers the movie. It's true. And you know what? Who was also in that movie? Orson Welles as the planet-eating robot Unicron. That was his last role. He died during production.
I feel like your reaction to that is overblown. Like, I feel like that's a thing everybody knows. So you're evil cackling.
I don't understand why someone dying is funny anyway.
Well, because it's Orson Welles and he was a huge asshole. But also because Orson Welles is, has this prestige. He wrote, directed, and starred in Citizen Kane, and yet his final role was in Transformers the movie, eating planets. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a terrible person. I don't care. Chaotic neutral for life. And
You are indeed a terrible person. Also, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Dork Pridecast. As always, a big thank you to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her latest album, Black Hole Heart.
You can find the Damsels of Dorkington on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, pretty much everywhere that you guys are, except Snapchat. If you're on Snapchat, what are you doing? Get off Snapchat.
I'm afraid of Snapchat.
Also, if you have a few minutes, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on iTunes or, I don't know, wherever you get your podcasts, and you can rate us. It's a huge help and helps us get in front of new listeners, which we want, and that's good because we're like 200 downloads away from 10,000 downloads, which is crazy, and you guys made that possible, and we love you for it. Also, rating and reviewing is something you can do quickly, easily, and costs you $0. So we appreciate it. Also, okay.
But if you do want to contribute in the form of dollars, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where you can get access to rewards that are only available there, such as a fuck ton of bonus content, especially in the not-so-distant future, and being on the list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the podcast, like these people.
How are we thanking people?
I don't know. I'd be fine doing it all in my Orson Welles voice, but that's just because we were talking about Orson Welles.
I don't know what an Orson Welles voice even is.
All right, it's the brain from Pinky and the Brain. This is my version of Orson Welles.
That's not the brain.
That's
from
not
Pinky
the brain.
and the Brain.
It's Maurice LaMarche's version of Orson Welles.
Well, okay, sure.
Then go for it.
I can do some of it, but I don't know about the rest of y'all. What do you guys want to do? We're
going to listen to you do that.
All right.
I will take the very last one, though, because I do have one Orson Welles related impression.
All right. This is an odd one, right?
It's an odd one. They're all odd ones, but this is an odd one.
This is an odd one. So we of the Damsels of Dorkington would like to thank John Latch. Yes, it was a very nice person. John Kozlowski, full of country goodness and green penis. No, wait, that's horrible. Perhaps a few more rosebud peas. The French, or at least the French Canadians. Marion Polonquin, we would like to thank you very much. That's my reference to the Orson Welles ad for French wine that he was drunk through the entire filming of. Orson Welles is also me. Justin Mansfield. Orson Welles was probably trained in some kind of classical scholarship thanks to my upbringing, so I greatly appreciate you, Justin Mansfield. Joshua Donovan. Oh, Joshua Donovan. I could write a principle in Citizen Kane about being like you. You're very awesome. Yes, J.D. DeMott, you also. Thank you greatly for your contributions. And I wish I could go back in time and cast you in Citizen Kane. I'd make you one of the little objects in the room that I totally destroy. Yes, Travis and Wendy Mays know that I voiced the Shadow back in the 1930s. No, it was the 1920s. That was me. I was voicing the Shadow the entire time. Travis and Wendy Mays. Aaron Felsen also. You could have been my boy sidekick in the Shadow, where I advertised for Pennsylvania's finest premium anthracite blue coal. Greg Milliken. Yes, Greg Milliken. We had such grand times. Greg Milliken, it's little known, was also the voice of Starscream in the Transformers movie. That was us together. And then Blythe had one to go.
Yes, last but not least, I would like to thank Carlos Macera in a very Orson Welles way. And I would like to thank all of you in this very Orson Welles way. And if you're... I think I broke Rissy. If you're only listening to the audio podcast version of this, I'm really sorry. You have no idea what that was about. This is why you should watch the videos as well.
We also want to give a thank you to Stephen Kendall, Jenny and Ryan Wiedenbenner, Alex Hollis, Jay Teller, Eric Ruggles, Zachary Drake, Joe Louie, Tommy Bort, Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, Brandon, Katie, and Thomas David, and John Dykes. So thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 89. Look, I got it right this time.
Look at you. You knowing about numbers.
I know. But yes, it has been episode 89 of the Dork Pridecast. We will see you all next week, but also on Sunday, which is only like 4 days from now. So join us.
Deuces!
Jetpack!
Goodbye.